Every dog owner often has the same problem. The moment you stand up to open the door or do something else. When you come back and find your chair taken, your dog isn't just sitting there. They are curled up deep in the cushion, often looking up at you with a soft, steady gaze. Most people think this is just a power move or a simple quest for comfort. But if we look closer, we see something much more profound and deeper. This isn't a challenge for the throne. It's a way for your dog to stay connected to you, even when you aren't there. The chair or sofa provides a bond channel to them. Today, we're going to look past the myths and understand the science of seat stealing. What does this gesture mean? The language of the bonded dog. Welcome back to the channel. Here, we prioritize meaningful behavior insights over loud advice, focusing on the how of canine communication. If you're new here, we explore the science-based patterns that define the relationship between humans and their dogs. Today's deep dive into seat-stealing behavior is a perfect example of how a small, everyday habit is actually a window into your dog's emotional security. Let's explore the real reason your spot is so irresistible. The science, scent pooling, and cortisol. To understand why your dog wants your seat, we have to understand the power of scent pooling. To a dog, your favorite chair is a concentrated reservoir of your unique chemical signature. While we see a piece of furniture, they see a sanctuary of safety. Research suggests that inhaling the scent of a primary caretaker can actually lower a dog's cortisol levels. When they take your spot, they are wrapping themselves in your presence. It's a form of self-soothing that keeps them anchored to you. This is why seat stealing is most common in dogs that share a deep, bonded attachment with their owners. The how-to, observing the context. How do you know if your dog is seeking scent or just seeking heat? Observe the timing. If they jump up the millisecond you stand, they are likely heat-seeking, drawn to the residual thermal energy you've left behind. This is a sign of physical comfort-seeking. However, if they wait until the chair is cool but stay there for hours, they are scent collecting. This is a purely emotional choice. Watch their body language. A dog that rests their chin specifically where your back was leaning is intentionally seeking the highest concentration of your scent. Understanding this, how, helps you distinguish between a dog that is simply cold and a dog that is seeking emotional closeness. Beyond the myth, why it's not dominance. We cannot talk about seat stealing without addressing the old-school advice to never let your dog take your spot. The theory was that if a dog takes the leader's chair, they will start to believe they are in charge. This is a fundamental misunderstanding. Leadership isn't built on furniture rights. It's built on trust and consistency. If your dog moves when asked, then seat stealing is nothing more than a compliment. Forcing a dog off a seat purely to show them who's boss can actually damage the bond. Instead, use the cooperative method. If you need your seat back, offer a trade with a treat or toy on their own bed. We achieve our goals through cooperation, not intimidation. The deep dive, the mechanics of scent pooling. Let's start with the most invisible, yet most powerful element, scent pooling. Humans are visually dominant creatures. We see the chair, the fabric, the color. But for your dog, the chair is a glowing landscape of chemical information. When you sit in a chair for an hour, you aren't just resting, you are charging that environment. Your body sheds thousands of microscopic skin cells, oils, and pheromones that settle deep into the fibers of the upholstery. This creates what behaviorists call a scent pool. Because the chair is often indented or backed, it traps your scent better than a flat floor or a hallway would. For a dog, this pool is a concentrated dose of you. Why does this matter? Canine brain scans show that when a dog catches the scent of their primary caregiver, the reward center of the brain, the caudate nucleus, lights up. It's the same reaction humans have when looking at a photo of a loved one. When your dog jumps into your seat, they are effectively immersing themselves in a sensory hug. They are inhaling your scent to trigger a release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, which naturally lowers their cortisol. This is particularly common in dogs that may have slight separation anxiety or those who are Velcro dogs. They aren't trying to be alpha. They are seeking a biological anchor to keep them calm while you aren't physically touching them. The chair becomes a proxy for your presence. Thermal comfort, the heat seeker observation. While scent is the emotional driver, thermal transfer is the immediate physical driver. Have you noticed how your dog often jumps up the very second you stand? That is heat-seeking behavior. You leave behind a warm spot that mirrors your body temperature. For a dog, heat equals safety. From the moment they are born, puppies associate warmth with the mother and the litter. In your how-to observations this week, I want you to look for the timing metric, the instant jump. If your dog moves the moment you stand, they are likely drawn to the physical warmth. This is common in smaller breeds or older dogs who find heat therapeutic for their joints. The delayed claim. If your dog waits 5 minutes until the seat is cool, but then settles in and stays for an hour, they are scent collectors. They aren't there for the warmth. They are there for the chemical connection. Understanding this distinction helps you know what your dog needs from you. The heat seeker might need a warmer bed or a cozy blanket. The scent collector needs you. They need that reassurance that they are part of your pack or family unit. The observation challenge, a practical test. Before we conclude today's journey, I want to leave you with a small challenge to perform at home. The next time you leave your chair, don't just walk away. Watch the transition. Notice if your dog waits for a specific cue or if they are guided entirely by the fading warmth you've left behind. Pay close attention to their nose. Are they deeply inhaling the fabric of the chair, or are they simply curling up for a nap? This simple act of quiet observation is the first step in moving from a person who simply owns a dog to a person who truly understands one. By identifying whether your companion is a heat seeker or a scent collector, you gain a direct insight into their emotional needs for that day. These small, daily observations are the building blocks of a truly bonded relationship. They transform a common habit into a moment of shared understanding. Take a moment this evening to see the world through their senses, and you might find that your own world becomes a little bit richer in the process. As we wrap up this episode, take a moment today to watch your dog. When you get up from the sofa this evening, look back. If you see them moving toward your spot, don't see a thief. See a creature that loves you so much that even the lingering warmth you leave behind is enough to make them feel safe. This is the beauty of the human-canine connection. It exists in the way they choose to rest where we just stood. If this deep dive helped you see your dog's habits in a new light, please subscribe and join our community. We are building a space for owners who want to listen as much as they lead. Thank you for your quiet observations and for being the kind of owner who seeks to understand. I'll see you in the next episode as we continue to decode the silent signals of your dog's heart.